Yes. Sorry, let me read the message from Loreto Gesualdo. Dear all, I would like to apologize for not being in Porto with you. It has been an honor and a pleasure for me to be invited by Vascular Access Society to present the NPAT project in an entire session. Right now, I am in Kyiv for a peace mission, and I have delegated to present Carlo Lomonte, a teacher of our NPAT program. As for our mission in Kyiv, there are three of us, the Archbishop, the President of a non-profit association, Neverland, and me. We are donating a bas-relief of St. Michael, the Archangel, Messenger of Peace, at Greek Catholic Church in Kyiv. We know very well that it will certainly not be our mission to change the fate of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, but it wants to be a small gesture to testify that the world needs peace. Next month, we will have another mission in Moscow, where we will donate a bas-relief of St. Nicholas for the same purpose. Enjoy your meeting and see you at the European Renal Association meeting in Milan. So I will give you an overview of our NPAT project. Let's start with the number. Worldwide, more than 850 million individuals have a kidney disease. As you can see here, the CKD was in the headlines of the New York Times. 15 years ago, the silent epidemic of kidney disease takes a growing toll. So 850 million people, more than diabetes mellitus, more than cancer and HIV. Chronic kidney disease is a social problem that involves not only nephrologists, but the general practitioners and several specialties. But a new syndrome, a new nephrology syndrome is coming out, the acute fellowship insufficiency. As you can see here in the States, nephrology fellowship programs are struggling to fill positions, and only 62% of positions filled for the 2020 appointment year. If you look at the global nephrology workforce, on the right, you can see the nephrologists per million population in Italy, Germany, Spain, Greece. We are a good number of nephrologists. But look at UK, China, Ireland, very, very few nephrologists. The global shortage of nephrologists is failing to meet the growing healthcare burden of kidney disease. The global experts predict reductions in the nephrology workforce over the next decade, with potentially serious implications. Multiple factors are responsible for this. For example, lack of exposure for nephrology among the students or decline in interest in nephrology, inadequate training, erosion by other specialties, for whom the bell tolls, a call to action. In the table, you can see the proposed actions at different levels to improve recruitment of nephrology physicians. At medical school level, providing early exposure to nephrology. At fellowship residency level, incorporating procedural skills in nephrology training, interventional nephrology. At professional level, an active approach to identify and address reasons for dissatisfaction among nephrologists. So we have to reformulate our core curriculum, including emphasizing the procedural skills, ultrasound, renal biopsy, insertion, central catheters, and vascular access, of course. The interventional nephrology is an opportunity and a challenge. Interventional nephrology is a subspecialty, and according to the authors of this paper, in the future, nephrology training program should include the vascular access knowledge and training experience. We have to train the trainer, but the nephrologist has a pivotal role as the leader of multidisciplinary teams to optimize care in patients on dialysis and promote collaboration in research, training, and education. So in a context of an interprofessional education, The nephrologist should build up a team with the general surgeon for the peritoneal catheters, the interventional radiologist, vascular surgeon, but also nurses and technicians. We need to train the next generation's nephrology workforce. This need require a critical look of fellowship training programs and training requirements. So for this reason, we presented to the European Union the NPAT project. The NPAT stands for Nephrology Partnership for Advancing Nephrology in Healthcare. It is the first European advanced training course in diagnostic and interventional nephrology to refresh the clinical scope of nephrology and promoting the nephrology careers at the EU level, to develop a multidisciplinary education path with patient-centered approach focusing on the interventional nephrology, to foster the knowledge transfer between academia and business sector in order to tackle the risk management in healthcare. We use a blended learning methodology. We are using modern facilities, experienced tutor, cutting-edge simulators, augmented reality tools, e-learning platform, unpublished educational material, live discussion by experts, and a customized mobile app. This is an NPAT consortium with 8 universities, Aldo Moro Bari, Amsterdam, Prague, Maastricht, Patras, Parc d'Oli Barcelona, Milan, and Ljubljana, 2 scientific society, European Renal Association and the Vascular Access Society, 2 medium enterprises, Eureka and EMAC. So the admission criteria, to be or not to be enrolled in the first or second years of nephrology training according to the candidate's country residency program regulation. And PAT is a complementary training path to the residency program and offers advantages for the residents to create an international network, foster the exchange of good practices and knowledge, to acquire and transversal and multidisciplinary skills, to practice with key specialists in nephrology, vascular surgery, interventional radiologists at the European level. We received 87 applications from 24 countries. We could accommodate only 40. So this is a program, 2 years program with 4 curricula for 40 young nephrologists. We call them REMAP, Renal Expert in Molecular Pathology, to enhance the approach to renal biopsy by leveraging the latest advancement in the histopathology and molecular pathology. REVAC, Renal Expert in Vascular Access, to provide a comprehensive knowledge in vascular access management, resulting in a more effective, efficient, and safe patient treatment. REMUS, Renal Expert in Ultrasound, describing the fundamental principles of the ultrasounds techniques and the application of ultrasounds in the main topics of nephrology. And finally, Renal Expert in peritoneal dialysis, to focus on providing skills in peritoneal dialysis management under surgical techniques for correct catheter placement. So this is a REMAP module, includes the e-lectures, hands-on training, and meet the expert, an opportunity to talk with the teachers about the main topic of the program. This is a REMAP hands-on training with the renal biopsy agenda, 4 days, and digital pathology agenda, 3 days. This is a REVAC modules with the e-lectures, hands-on training, and meet the expert with a lot of discussion and questions. This is a REVAC agenda, basic agenda 3 days, and advanced agenda 4 days. So the training spent 7 days in the training center. And the same for REMUS and REPED that is ongoing. So this is hands-on training and REMAP in Bari with outstanding tutor, cutting-edge simulators, and of course also real patient. This is a digital pathology hands-on training course in virtual modality because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Very appreciated. These are our residents in Prague and Milan. They enjoy to stay together everywhere. This is a RIVAC hands-on training in Bari, Maastricht, Barcelona, Milan. This is almost hands-on training agenda, RIPED hands-on training. So the impact. NPAT will release e-learning platform as an open access and of course an academic certificate with 29 credits. NPAT goal is to make nephrology career more appealing by creating a community able to engage thousands of nephrologists worldwide. Knowledge sharing as key for the future of nephrology is our model. So, to be nephrologist, we have to emphasize the role model or mentor, previous experience in the field, interest in the subject, long-term relationship with the patients, very important, suitable work-life balance, and finally, last but not least, practical procedures. Thank you very much.